Ruud van Nistelrooy is quite literally one of my favourite players of all time, to the point where I've even got a classic 2003-2000 tour top from Manchester United with him on the back, and he's doing fantastic and a manager in real life. He's just won the Dutch Cup with PSV, and we're going to be recreating his tactics in today's video. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another tactic rebuild, and today it's based off Ruud van Nistelrooy, and it's only right that I wear the top with the King's name on the background. My favourite striker of all time has to be Ruud van Nistelrooy, a proper fox in the box, a proper striker, and a really good number 9, and that is the reasons I absolutely love Ruud van Nistelrooy. And it's fantastic to see him absolutely smashing it in real life as well over at PSV, where he's done absolute wonders with that side. I made Xavi Simons an absolute demon currently off the left wing, and that is what we have gone with. They've had obviously massive sales in January of Gakpo and Noni Madueke leaving, and they've moved Xavi Simons over to left wing, and he has been unbelievable in recent games. So we're going to be going through, I'm going to be breaking down his tactics up next. Obviously with PSV, he ended up winning the KNVB Becker, and that is exactly what we managed to do in this save as well. A 3-3 game against Ajax. We did win on penalties. Xavi Simons, Gus Til and Fabio Silva getting the goals. But look how dominant we were. 4.42 XG against Ajax, and later on we will show you the highlights from this game after I've gone through the tactic breakdown. But you can see as well in the league, we managed to win the league, 75 points. It's not the greatest of totals, and to be fair, Ajax fell right off the season, 64 points, but still a very good season, and I think it's going to be final to win the league in real life. They're currently on 68 in our save anyway, but 75 points, we won the league, a 52 goal difference, and we also won the Johan Cruyff Scala, which is very, very nice stuff. And I used the fantastic website of Total Football Analysis to get me up to date with all things Ruud van Nistelrooy and how he's been playing in real life. I mean, you look at the data hub, 2.56 goals per game, 1.03 conceded per game, so not the most tight at the back, but very good going forward. And if we go to the squad as well, you can see a lot of the goals are coming from this man, Gus Til. He has been fantastic in real life in that centre mid role. It's difficult to see. I'll show you the tactic first, and then I'll break down the player stats, because it was quite difficult to get the system working how I wanted it to work, as well as having the players scoring the goals that I wanted to have in the players scoring the goals. From what I was doing research on, he is playing in a 4-3-3 with Sangare in DM, with Joey Veerman and Gus Til just in front. And it's been working very, very well. I mean, Gus Til, this centre in attack, he is fantastic at it. He's I tried a few tests of him up in this cam role here, playing as a shadow striker, but it worked well as a centre on attack, and to be honest, that's probably a little bit more realistic that he goes in there, but the results weren't quite as good. So this is what we have settled with. I'll quickly go through the tactic itself. So it's a sweeper, keeper and defending goal, no further instructions. A fullback on support on the right with hold position. 2 ball playing defenders at the back, both will stay wide, and a wing back on attack on the left with stay wide. That is quite key, because Xavi Simons cuts inside quite a lot, and they get a lot of support down this left hand side from the wing back and from the Mezzala in midfield. The ball in midfielder on DM has got no further instructions, and that Mezzala has got just tackle harder on him, nothing else. The centre mid on attack, close down more and tackle harder. A winger on support on the right with tackle harder. A target forward up on support up top, shoot less often, tackle harder, and an inside forward on attack, the Xavi Simons new role, shoot more often, sit narrower and tackle harder. Now that is the system, and that is why we are playing the way we are. I mean, Gus Til has got 29 goals and 10 assists from centre midfield, and he's been doing fantastic in real life as well, and that is why I created him in that centre mid role. And it was hard to get a centre mid role which scored quite as many goals as that, but that was the play, because obviously your striker should be scoring goals. But Luke de Jong doesn't score all that many goals in real life, so he got 16 goals and 5 assists, and Fabio Silva off the bench, when he did play as well, 11 goals and 2 assists. So pretty much level with the centre mid role of Gus Til are the 2 strikers, and that is exactly what I wanted to see. Xavi Simons out in that left wing role, 23 goals, 13 assists, and Joey Veerman as well, 11 goals and 14 assists. He absolutely kills the assists for PSV. Morgan Hazard doing very well for us, Sangare and DM doing well for us, and the wing backs as well. The left wing back, I believe, is Mario Junior. He did quite well as well with 6 assists, and that is what we were going for. Now you can see, obviously, I locked in Simons, Veerman and Til, as that is the 3 main players in Ruud van Nistelrooy's system, and that is why we locked them in for this simulation. There is a positive mentality. In possession is set to shorter passing, overlap down the left, play it out of defence, and focus play through the middle. So A bit confusing, but that is how it works. They do an overlap down the left. They focus the play through the middle, and Xavi Simons cuts in. There'll be the overlap, and the left wing back will be in that winger role. Or Xavi Simons, Veerman, and Gus Til can create and pounce off each other with Luuk de Jong up front as well. Work the ball into the box, be more expressive, a slightly higher tempo, and a slightly shorter passing directness. I'm going to take short kicks, counter, and to distribute to centre backs as well. That was confusing to say for some reason. And without possession as well, we've got it as a high press system to press more often and trap them outside, because the wingers do drop in, or in this case, Xavi Simons will stay further forward and Veerman will drop into that left flank role, and they will keep the play out wide and invite crosses in. They double up down the wings, and that is how I've got that to be the case. I think before I go ahead and show you some more results with this tactic, I'll show you gameplay now, and that 3-3 game against Ajax. This game was a 3-3 draw. We had 4.42 XG, so we were very, very strong in this game. The first goal is going to come from a back post cross from Ajax. Bergwijn scores it, and no one wants to see that. We want to see our beautiful goals. And Branthwaite, you can see how we're setting up straight away, playing it into Veerman. You got Sangare in there as the number 6. You got Boskagli out at left back. You've got Teze. You've got Mwene. You've got Hazard. Gus Til is right up on the back line next to De Jong pretty much. So the centre attack role pretty much works as a shadow striker. De Jong has dropped in, and Xavi Simons is also ahead of the striker. And Veerman is going to find De Jong. He's going to find a beautiful pass out wide to Hazard. A ball across, and Xavi Simons bundles the ball home for 1-1 in this game. But it is now a draw, but Ajax, 83rd minute, they're going to come back and they're going to score. It's a Lorenzo Luca header. The guy's 6'7". You can't stop it. But that was the 84th minute, and now it's the 91st. Whoa, slow down. We need to show you exactly how this worked here. So Xavi Simons as that inside forward role, it's almost playing as a centre mid. I mean, I believe it's El Ghazi is the Mezzala, so that's what we're talking about, trapping them in outside. We won the ball back. El Ghazi is with Boskagli. He wins it back. It ends up with Simons, who is dropped in into that centre mid role to help out. And I mean, Gus Til is basically a second striker here. De Jong pulls Vallejo out of position. Gus Til is now on a 1-on-1 versus Kaplan, and Simons, an outrageous ball over the top there to Gus Til. Great touch and a great finish as well to make it 2-2 in the 91st minute. Should we go and win the game, shall we? Sangare in DM finds Hazard, great ball over the top, and Fabio Silva, because of the pace he has got over Luuk de Jong, he does drive through the middle and finishes. We're not going to go through the penalty, but I'll just show you this goal as well. To be fair, it's a fantastic young player that scores it. It's Van Axel Dongen. It's a great finish, to be fair to him. The keeper comes on rushing out and he sticks the ball into the back of the net. But that was 3-3. That was that game. The Eredivisie, in terms of the actual individual stats, we're looking at most goals by 20. Viewers can see that we were actually 5th place, just 7 behind Ajax. But possession-wise as well, 63% possession there. We had the fewest shots against us by around 30, and shots-wise we were second to only Feyenoord, but very successful. I got exactly what I wanted out of the right players in this system. Let me show you just a few other results as well, so you can understand the formation is not just for PSV, it'll also work around the world. Well, I've just been sitting here editing this video and realised I never actually went through the player instructions, so I do apologise. I'm a few days in the future from this video and I'm editing it and there's no player instructions, so we're going to chuck it in here before you see the Real Madrid bits. It's a sweeper keeper on defend, in goal, no further instructions. A full back on support at right back with hold position. 2 ball playing defenders at the back, both with stay wider on the wing back on attack on the left with stay wider. A ball winning fielder on defend, in DM, no further instructions. And then 2 of the most important positions in this whole team, because Joey Veerman and Gus Til are vital to the way PSV play. The Mezzala on support, he's going to go up there, he's going to help out Simons and your left back, which for PSV is Van Aanholt on tackle harder, and that is it. And then centre mid on attack, we saw the results Gus Til got. Close down more and tackle harder, and it ends up with him getting how many goals of it? 429, basically 400 from a centre mid. That is outrageous, to be fair, isn't it? Winger on support on the right with tackle harder, and inside forward on attack on the left with shoot more often, sit narrower and tackle harder. Xavi Simons is a baller and we love him. And a target forward on support as well, shoot less often and tackle harder. So that is the player instructions. Apologies for the little interval. Let me get you into them results. Just before I do get to them tests with Real Madrid and Manchester United, if you can, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go over to Sortitoutsi and subscribe over there as well, because you get to see an extra 2 videos from myself a week. And also follow on these 4 wonderful things. We've got Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, And we now have Instagram as well. We'll be posting reels that I do normally post on TikTok over there also. So if you're an Instagram scroller, you can now see Kempy on Instagram. It's literally Kempy_XI. So head over there and drop me a follow as well. Without further ado, let's get into the results with United and Real Madrid. And with Van Nistelrooy absolutely dominating at United the 3 years he was at United, he'd done quite well as a manager as well, securing Champions League football, just 69 points, but doing very well indeed. But he also won the Europa League, he won the FA Cup, and he won the Carabao Cup. So over one game, this formation is brilliant. We beat Wolves in the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, we beat Palace 4-1, so maybe we got quite nice in the finals. And the Europa League, a 2-1 victory over Lazio, where Rashford scored 14 goals in the Europa League. I mean, he only scored 12 in the league. In terms of the actual players, again, for United, this isn't too bad, this system. I mean, I don't know where Weghorst is. He looks to have gone back to Burnley. Let me get Wout in, because he would have scored some goals in the system. He scored 23 goals, 5 assists in 35 games. So add that onto here. You've got Rashford as the left winger. That's Xavi Simons' role. 29 goals, 9 assists. Weghorst would be in second place. Then you've got Bruno Fernandes playing in that Gus Till role, 15 goals and 12 assists. Eriksen as Mezzala, 15 goals, 14 assists, doing even better than Bruno Fernandes. He loved that Mezzala role. The winger on support, Antony, done quite well for Antony. Him and Sancho, I imagine, we're doing quite a lot of rotation between them. I mean, 22 goals and 17 assists between them is lovely to see. Sabitzer as well, when he did play, 9 goals and 10 assists. A lot of goals and assists coming all the way down the board as well. Luke Shaw, 11 assists. Malacia getting 5 as well, which is exactly what you can see from the left backs in the data hub. You're looking at 1.95 goals per game, 1.11 conceded, so it wasn't the greatest formation in the league, but done very well in them one-off games to get us a few trophies. And at Real Madrid, also another club he's an absolute legend at. We won the Champions League 5-2 against Liverpool, runners-up in the Super Cup, semi-final in the Copa del Rey by Valencia, and semi-final in the Super Copa by Valencia as well, which is pretty wild. And in the league as well, we come second to Barcelona. So obviously we'd like to win the league with Real Madrid, but the results I got with PSV were fantastic, and that is exactly what we're looking for with this system. 2.18 goals per game, 0.74 conceded per game. And in terms of goals, Benzema doing very well, 33 goals. Vinicius Jr., 19 goals, 10 assists. Luka Modric, centre mid and attack, 13 goals, 19 assists. Valverde doing well. Camavinga doing well. And I tell you who would do well, Jude Bellingham. Now that has been the Ruud Van Nistelrooy 4-3-3 tactic test. I hope you guys can use this system and enjoy it in your saves. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you next time.